Hello. Hello. Hello to the Google Developer Group. Yes, it works. You look so surprised. All good? Everything is fine. Yes, I'm really happy that we can host again a Google Developer Group meetup here. Was really happy that Andrii asked me. And before, I don't want to keep your time and go right to the interesting talks, but a few words about us. So, David. Yes, here again, welcome slide. I tried, obviously, this infamous AI picture where I let it make a shot in the future how this attractive Google group should look like. I put in the prompt extra attractive, but I see this doesn't do you justice, to be honest. If you stand here, you can see way more attractive people than what Gemini imagines to be attractive. I really so in our company, we really try to push the focus of AI and try to leverage the tools we have. So we try to create, we call it AI champions. This consists of not just one team, it's across teams. So we try from we try marketing, we use people from mobile, from backend, from web, and put them together and try to figure out which use cases are there and if they work for us or not. So each team member that is some kind of an AI champion from teams would get dedicated time to really invest in finding good solutions and making them useful for the team, and also find pilot use cases and really help the teams succeed with AI. Further, the champions internally will have regular meetings where they discuss what worked, what did not work, how the team accepted it, and what the next steps would be, and obviously share the learnings, what worked in one team and in the others. So we really put the focus on those. I know AI is there for some time, but it makes such big leaps, especially last month. It was amazing how much further it progressed, and we really don't want to fall behind. That's why here at Tractive we try to leverage as much as possible. And I'm really curious how other companies do it. So please approach me if you have at Dynatrace or wherever you work have similar concepts or similar approaches to the AI topic. Please talk to me and tell me what works, or if you want to know more about our approach, I'm more than happy to give you some insights. Yes, and a few house rules. If you're a smoker, not in front and not outside, please, but on the side entrance, you can sit there. There is the smoking area. Then we prepared a little bit of a swag, some Tractive swag, some Google Developer Group things. You can just pick them up. In the break, I will do a quick office tour. So whoever is interested, I will be standing around here. And then we do a quick tour and I can show you around because we like to show our office because we really like it here. Then food, drinks, and networking. Everybody is responsible for that. So just grab drinks if you want to have one. Food will be available during the break. So just grab what you want and talk to whoever you want, because I think people are really eager to make some connections here. And there will be pictures taken. If you don't want that, please tell him, and he will then not put you on the pictures, or we will sort them out later. So
I'm just waiting.
But I think a few good pictures will be great. Okay. Yeah. So that's it from my side. I'm now handed over to Andrii, who will give a few introduction words of the Google Developer Group and then announce our speakers and the schedule. Yes. Okay. Don't want to break anything.
Yeah.
Maybe they were confused because I was there.
Thank you.
Just put it on. Just put it on top.
Are you sure?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
It's metal. Come on.
I'll try to be gentle. Let me share my screen. You know what happens during the presentation when you didn't give the permission to share to the MacBook, and now I exactly have this problem, but okay, entire screen, Chrome tab. Okay. I'm constantly being. Yes, please.
I think you have to.
Quit around.
Yeah, I think so.
I have the link. I'm not connected, right? Also, like a small check, Santosh, can you hear us now? Can you confirm? Just wave.
Yeah, and yes, I can hear this. Hear you people. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Good to know. Now I hope I can finally share it. It was rough. Hello, everyone at Google Developers Group Linz. I'm so happy that so many people came this nice summer day where the weather is nice and you preferred walking somewhere around in the park and watch some AI presentations. So lucky to have you here. The same thing as Mihail mentioned about event photos. We are going to make pictures. If you don't want to be on the pictures, yeah, it's not a problem. So just tell us. Our agenda for today, we are a little bit late, but I hope we can catch up. So 18:20 we have Clemens with his talk. Then we have Santosh. Santosh is joining us from London. Unfortunately, he couldn't come today in person. I was like super excited to have our first external speaker. He's Google developer expert with his talk. And then we have office tour from Michael and pizza. And in the end, we have René, who is Android developer at Tractive. And in the end, we have late night show if we survive till this moment. So, of course, thanks to Tractive for hosting us second time. A huge success. I like the place. I like the people. With all of the support. Can we just do a little bit? Thank you. Some short community news. I will not be that long, I promise. So we reached 200 participants on Meetup. So I hope we will have 200 participants in person on one of our events. We have new organizers who decided to help. One is Gleb. He is wearing the same t-shirt as I, so you can You can ask Gleb any questions about the community, about everything. Another is Andrii. He is also helping us with video and with other organizational stuff, because basically lots of things happening when we organize these events, and yeah, more people we have, better. And of course, if you want to be among organizers, you can also contact us if you're interested in this thing. Yeah, we can talk about this later. So recently, also the news, there was like Google I/O Connect, where I had the chance to participate this event. I met some other people from Austria, like GDG Vienna and GDG Salzburg, and we might organize something later. But yeah, it's so cool that in the whole Austria Google Developers Group community is growing. We have bigger plans for this year. First plan is to organize really great big hackathon in Linz. There are no dates yet, and it's like rough idea. If you are from the company and you want to help us with organization, with anything, talk to us as well. But it could be a really nice challenge. And I forgot that we also are going to organize a big Flutter workshop if you want to learn Flutter from scratch without knowledge. I will try to teach you this awesome technology. We have a Telegram as a contact channel. If you want to join it, there are like announcements if you have Telegram. So for now, it's one of the connection channels we have. Also, now we have a YouTube, and this time, first time, we are going to record the sessions. We're going to edit them and post on YouTube, so you can watch them later. So let's have a nice meetup, and our first speaker is Clemens. Welcome, Clemens, on stage. And Clemens is going to talk about Gemini. So, yeah, stage is yours.
Thank you. Just need a second. All right. So just let me hide this one here. Okay, hi, I'm Clemens again. I'm really excited to be speaking here today. Andrii and I, we actually used to work together like 7 years ago, I think, at Runtastic. And we met a couple of weeks ago, and he asked me, or I was actually telling him about an app that I was currently writing. So he asked me, well, we have this GDG event coming up about the topic build with AI. Don't you want to just share some of the story? And I was like, sure, of course. I'm like really excited, because you have to know, like, this is a topic that I really care about, because I think in the last couple of years, it's grown more and more of importance, of course, as we all know here. And no matter which role or age you have, like, everyone has some kind of connection to the topic. And of course, I'm talking about Warhammer, not AI. Yeah, I'll also talk about it. So I can see maybe there's some people familiar with Warhammer. Maybe you can raise your hand if you have heard about it. Okay, not that many. Okay, maybe I'm just in my bubble. Well, to give you some context, like, what is Warhammer? It's basically like a sci-fi universe, a very dark one with like aliens and chaos demons and superhumans that fight each other and the aliens. And maybe if you heard about it, it's because of Space Marine 2. It's a very popular video game that was released, I think, a year ago. And it's a very fast-paced action shooter, and you slash alien hordes, and it's very very action-packed. But this is not the Warhammer that I'm talking about. I love this stuff. Gray plastic that you cut in pieces, build it together, glue it, and then you paint it. And then every once in a while you meet with friends, roll some dice, and make like pew pew sounds when you fight each other. And you might wonder now, like, what does this have to do with Gemini or with AI? Well, it's because of this that I had this idea about writing an app just for myself and my friends, basically. But the big enabler for writing this app was actually generative AI. So the possibility to generate or automate something just purely based on text or also image input. So, and today I want to just talk about the story, how I was able to accomplish to write this app, and how you can do that too for your idea, because it's really simple, as you will see in the next couple of minutes. So to understand what the idea or the app idea was, you need to understand that, like, for playing such a game, you basically have two players. Each one has their own army of miniature figures, and you have like a battle mat. This is what you can see here on the table. In this case, it looks like some desert. Underground could also be like some city ruins or whatever. And you have some obstacles, like some turrets or portals or trees, something to hide behind. And the idea for me was that when you just play with your friends, then I just don't want to just play with the figures. You really want to be immersed in that universe. So I was like, when I play a game, I want some AI to generate the story for me, to tell me, like, why did we end up here? Like, what is the reason these two armies are fighting each other exactly on this planet, for example? And this is how it all started. And I thought to myself, okay, let's just ask Gemini, like, is this even possible? Because I know the language models, they're trained on information from the internet, so I'm pretty sure they have like knowledge about 40K. And it turns out, yeah, it actually works. So that was my proof of concept. So moving on, I was like, okay, if I want to write an app, what do I need for that? Like, I need some basic simple screens. I want to like enter which armies are playing on which battlefield and so on. I need a generate button, and then I want to see the story that was just generated. And maybe I also want to see the history of stories generated. And so let's have a look how this looks. So I went and built that app. And I just want to show you quickly, because it's best when you just see it in action. Let's say orcs are attacking chaos demons, and we're selecting a swamp. And then to make it, we add some, maybe let's say industrial terrain. And then industrial terrain, and we say, then we say there is a temple of Tractive, if I can spell it. Okay. And now we're basically sending this request. I'll go into that in a second. It takes some time. And then, boom, we have the story. And we could even like play it with a very bad text-to-speak function. I guess you can't hear it now. Yeah, doesn't work right now. But somewhere here we should see like, the city was a tomb of rusted iron and broken concrete, its industrial skeletons silhouetted against the blue sky, the temple of Tractive, a grotesque monument, and so on and so on. So this is what the idea was about. So now, of course, like now that I've shown you what it can do, I want you to show how easy it is to actually set it up for your own project. Because believe me or not, this only takes a couple of minutes. And I basically recorded that. So all you need is to set up a Firebase project for your app. Maybe you already have one. I just created one example app here. And you basically just are asked at the very beginning if you want to add AI assistance to that project. So you just have this enabled, and then you can also add Google Analytics if you want, but that's not really necessary in this case. Then you select your Firebase account, probably you only have one, and then it takes some time. I sped this up, fortunately. And then once you have your project set up, you can see this AI logic section, and you just need to say get started, add generative AI to your Firebase apps. And here I will pause for a second, because now you have the option to choose between two different, not models, but APIs. So you have the Gemini Developer API, which is a free-to-use option. So of course, if you use up a certain amount of tokens, you will have to pay for that. But if it's just for a private pet project of yours, then you can just use this, and you don't have to add any payment options, whatever. And this was really crucial for me, because this is just for fun, right? And on the other hand, you would also have the option to select Vertex AI. And I guess Santosh can talk more about this later, but Vertex AI basically also allows you to generate images or videos or use very specific models. And I think you don't have access to that in the Gemini Developer API. But what it lets you do is basically just send in any text or image, and you will get as output just the text back. And this then you can transform as you like. So you just set this up. Let's speed this up a bit. So you just say enable, and then as you can see, you can actually select any platform that you want. So maybe you've not seen it now, but you can also do the same for Android, for iOS, web, but also Flutter. So it's really simple to set up, and these screens will just like guide you through each platform, whatever you selected. In this case, this is also important. You just get this Google Services JSON that you need to download and download into your app folder. And then you have some dependencies and plugins that you just need to copy and paste into your project. It's really simple. And then you go to the console, and I was too slow back then. Okay, and then now you can see that Firebase AI has been set up for your project. And then you can click on View SDK Instructions. And here again, so now I'm going to stop again. So what we've done now, or what you have seen now, is just setting up the project that we even can use AI in our app. What you can see here is just the instructions that you can now actually make use of it in code. Okay. Okay, and this is then how it would look like in your Android code, in your Kotlin code. So I just picked wrote like a simple method here, and you can see it's really just 2 lines of code. You don't have to deal with authentication or anything else, because Firebase is already taking care of that. So you have the Firebase AI, then you set for backend, generative backend Google AI. Here you could also use Vertex AI if you've chosen the other option. Then you select the model, for example, Gemini 2.5 Flash. And then in generative model, generate content, you just put in your text prompt. You could also upload your file there, or your PDF or image, whatever. But we're just keeping it simple here, and we just pass in some text. And what you get back is basically the response text. So what you will receive is a response, generate response object or something like that. And this will contain some meta information, how many tokens you used. You could also subscribe to it so that you get a flow of information. So as Gemini responds, you will get this information. But since I want to have the full text, and that's the simplest way, you can just use the text. And of course, I know sometimes when someone presents how easy something is, it's yeah, sure, in this simple example, it's very easy to use. So of course, I can show you, in my case, I'll just use that in a use case. So we have a simple architecture here. We have a view model. The view model uses a use case. The use case is what we're looking at right now. So I'm using HILT for dependency injection. So my 2 lines of code are a bit split up. But here, for example, we have this 1 line just to say, OK, this is the generative model I want to use. And here is just the prompt that we are sending. And that's it. It's really that simple, even like in a bigger project. And then all I do in this case is just like formatting what I get back. So I basically just have this prompt and I put in some placeholders. It's really simple. Just the placeholders I have gotten from my view where I select the army and the battlefield. And then I'm just checking, okay, because in the prompt I'm saying, please add some asterisks for the title, and the rest is then the text. And this is then it. So now you might think, okay, yeah, that's nice with Firebase AI, but what if I want to use Claude or Mistral or ChatGPT? Then, of course, you're free to do that. They all offer REST APIs, which is really cool. It's very simple. You can easily exchange them. The big benefit for me was really that you have native support. So you don't have to deal with any of the authentication. You don't have to deal with the network layer because it's just like an object that you're interacting with. And back when I started writing this was like almost a year ago, the API looked very different, and I actually needed to use an API key, which means I shouldn't ship the API key with my app because of security reasons. Someone else could use all my tokens for the model. So I think especially if it's like a small project that you're working on, then this is really cool. And if it's a big company project, you don't care anyways, because you have your plan probably set up. Also, something interesting is with Hugging Face's hub. I'm not into too much detail here, so I'm not really that familiar. But here you also have the option to run certain models on your device, so you can look up certain very specific language models that are just right for your use case. I think you also have that now in Firebase with Firebase Garden. But yeah, those are basically the different options that you have. But just to recap and stress how important that was for me, because I really don't want to worry about the situation that someone uses up my tokens and I have to pay for something that I don't even used. You don't need a network layer, so you don't need to deal with authentication, some failing requests. You just call the API. You can add a wrapper around it, a try-catch block, because there is like a Firebase AI exception that you can check for. So it's very simple. And of course, setting up, as you can see, in the Firebase project, you really get pushed through step by step. So in the end, if there's like two things I would like you to take away from this presentation, it's first, if you have an idea on how to use Gemini or any large language model in your app, then please do so. It's super simple. You can do it in a couple of minutes. And the second thing is go out and try Warhammer. Thank you.
Do you have any questions? So I can just run around with the microphone and you can ask.
Yeah.
How long are you playing Warhammer?
The question was, how long are you playing Warhammer?
Thank you. I love that the first question is about Warhammer. I started playing during the pandemic, actually, because I was just in front of the screen for too many hours per day. So I wanted to have a hobby which doesn't need me to sit in front of a screen, and this was really nice. It doesn't help with sitting because you still sit a lot. So as a programmer, that's not helping then. Maybe I should have chosen a different hobby, but yeah. So about 5 years. And Tau is what I play. Tau and Tyranids, if you're interested.
We also have some sort of tradition in our community. For the best question, we give the cup or something. So it will motivate a little bit to ask questions if you want, of course.
So
said you don't need an API key, but with the Google JSON, it's somehow API key, right? It's the Google console if somebody steals that.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, definitely. But it's nothing that is somewhere hard coded in the app. So you could still like with the Google Service JSON, you have some kind of security anyways. Of course, there's always a way to hack it, but if I just put like a hard-coded API key in my app, it's very easy to reverse engineer it and get that out.
So. Yes, in the console you can still limit it to the package or whatever.
Yeah, true.
This is the branded Google extended cup, which we giving away today. Any other questions?
Did you encounter any problems with talking to Gemini? When talking to Gemini, like for example, the network issues or anything like this. I know the network layer is fully taken over by this extension, but yeah. Have you encountered anything?
No, not really. Like I tested it, but this is basically all taken care of by the SDK itself. So other than your like regular null checks and so on, you don't need a specific, or I mean, you should check first, of course, ideally, if you have internet connection. So that is still true. But what I was referring to is really like having authentication in your header, some API key, like all that comes along with sending an HTTP request. You just don't need that. So.
Great, thank you. One more question regarding the prompts. I saw that you passed just a string, like one prompt, but there are like two kind of prompts, like the system and also the user, with a different priority, probably. I don't know. Is it of this?
Not sure. Did you mean here, or in this example?
Yeah, in the example. Yeah.
So this is whoops. So the why is Google Developers Group Linz worth visiting? That's the prompt. That's the text prompt. I'm not sure I understand.
That's the only string you are passing to the...
Yes, exactly. Yes. So this is really like as you would type in like a chat interface. This is what you sent there. But you can. It's a bit hard now with one hand. But you can. Okay. There is content. Thank you. That's awesome. Wait. There is, I think, like a content builder. I don't have it in my head right now, but basically you can pass in either a text, or using a content builder, you can also add an image, or I think some code parts. I think you just have to like highlight it in a specific way, or a PDF. So you can pass that in, or just a simple text. And then you will, as a return type, you will get the text.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Did you encounter any rate limits or while developing with the...
No, I mean, the rate limits are pretty high. So, and again, this is really just for me. I put it in, the app is in closed beta. So if you want to try it out, you can actually scan the code and sign up for a list so that I can enter your email address, and then you can get access to the closed beta on the Play Store. But it's not really live yet, so I also didn't encounter any issues with token limits or so. Even if it's on product or if it's in the Play Store, I don't assume it will be. But yeah.
So with the knowledge you now have, would you recommend anything, or would you do anything different if you would start all over again? Or would you just like have any kind of bigger plan you would like do beforehand? Or is it like a trial and error, find out what goes wrong?
Really good question. I also thought about this myself because, as I mentioned earlier, I started working on this like a year ago or so. And since then, a lot has changed. So I actually, in preparation for this talk, I had to go through all the Firebase setup again, because before that, it was really just an API key, and it was very easy from Android Studio to just create a new project with Gemini already included. So I have the feeling that Google is really trying to make it very easy for you to edit. So in that sense, I'm not sure I would do anything different. But one thing that is shown by this story is how fast it's moving. So I don't know, maybe this could be in the future like some kind of point that you just need to be aware of, that maybe it's safer long run to use a REST API, because then you can easily just switch it, because now I'm really relying on this SDK. If they change something, if they get rid of it, then yeah, this will be probably more work then. Yeah.
Any more questions? Please.
Do you have some sort of possibility in Firebase to add context to the model, basically? So how you would do with the custom GPT, for example? Or do you have to pass the whole context by your?
To my knowledge, in the Gemini API, you don't have this possibility, but in Vertex AI, I think you have more options. Because yeah, you just have like a range of wider models there at your hand as well. I think it's similar now to what Hugging Face Hub is providing, if I understood that correctly. So they call it Firebase Garden or something like that, where you can really pick a specific model, for example. And I think you can do some more customization. In this case, it's really just, okay, you send in the prompt and you get the result back.
I have the feeling that there are no more questions. And now the trickiest part. So, no pressure. To Clemens, you need to decide who had the best question.
I mean, that's easy, of course, because there were two questions, one about Warhammer and one about coding.
And we have like another tradition, which is quite solid. We have a T-shirt for our speakers with our new logo. And if you want to be a speaker at GDG Linz, it's quite easy, because we support local speakers without experience. I think, Clemens, you didn't give a talk before.
I think once at a meetup in Vienna, Thomas was also there, if you remember.
Okay, so second talk, if you have any ideas, if you want to present, yeah, just drop me a message. So.
We can have 5 minutes break, and after that, we'll start with the second talk.